Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Monday Morning Minute. It is March 21st, 2022. An incredibly interesting week last week with a rebound in risk assets, more specifically U.S. stocks leading the way up over 4.5% in pretty much every index. Internationals followed suit, up over 4%, and emerging markets bringing up the tail, but still up almost 4% on the week. Really good for stocks in general, although I'd like to caution everybody that we're not out of the woods yet. This is a scenario that we've seen play out numerous times over the last 20 years, especially in the midst of high volatility, and in bear markets, you see the biggest bounces to the upside. They are effectively called dead cat bounces. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Pretty interesting stuff. In terms of fixed income, we saw liftoff from the Fed. They finally raised interest rates. Pretty much the most well-telegraphed interest rate hike in history. The market was kind of potentially pricing in about a 50 basis point hike. We got 25, so easily stomached by the market. We also saw pretty interesting stuff on the yield curve. While the short end of the curve was raising rapidly, we had a scenario where the back end of the curve was not rising nearly as quickly, so we are continuing to see that yield curve compress and flatten, which gets even closer to an inversion, which we've talked about in previous videos. If you'd like a little more detail on what that matters or why that matters over the next 6 to 8 months, please reach out at info@cfgfinancialplanning.com. In terms of data this week, I think the biggest key is going to be on the potential ceasefire talks in Ukraine. We've seen commodity prices bounce around very sporadically, and this is a key time in Eastern Europe for planting. So if they don't come to some sort of agreement here within the next month, crops, especially wheat, won't be sown, and we could be seeing pretty aggressive inflation in store, especially in consumables like corn and wheat for the next 12 to 18 months. Remember, hope is not an investment strategy. Have a great week.